Hello, PCOE teacher candidates. This is Jess, your friendly credential programs coordinator with another tutorial for you. This tutorial will cover the green section of your Individualized Learning Plan, or your ILP. And you are going to do 4 inquiry cycles over 2 years. They are all the same. So this is the green section of your ILP. So on the screen, you can see the ILP we started in our overview video. So this teacher is Max Danger. She's already got all of her information added in. So we're going to go down to the green section, inquiry cycle 1. It looks like this. So the ILP is color coded. So the green section is planning, the orange section executing, and the red section reflecting. So let's say that I started my ILP today. So it's 9/33/22. I'm sorry, did not start the ILP. I started my inquiry on this day. And then I'm going to work with my coach to develop a goal. Now, this goal needs to be actionable and manageable. All right. So after we've done our initial work and getting started, we can see that maybe our classroom management needs to be tightened up a little bit. So our goal might be, by the end of the inquiry cycle, I will decrease the amount of classroom referrals by 80%. So you can see our goal is much, much, much more narrow than our initial goal. That sometimes came off of our IDP. So in number 3, we're going to highlight the data sources we might use. So again, with our coach, where might this data come from? Well, it can definitely come from classroom data. So I'm going to highlight that. It can maybe come from district and site data. And then this, we don't want to do that. This district and site data. And then maybe on this other, we're going to take data from our classroom observation. So that is your goal, and then thinking about where we might get the data for this. Now, number 4 is where you're going to choose the 2 CSDP elements you want to work on in this cycle. So the elements are listed here to the placemat if you need to look at them again. And then these are drop-down menus. So your focus standard is your main standard that you're going to work on. So if you're thinking about classroom management standard 2, and they're all yellow. So we want to decrease classroom referrals. So 2.1 might be a good standard for us, promoting social development and responsibility. And then the support standard might be something that you look at in support of your focus standard. So I know that in order to promote social development, I also need to create a rigorous learning environment. Right? So those are going to be our 2 standards. We do not want you to do any more than 2. So going down to number 5, this is where you're going to use your continuum. So this element here, this CSTP element, needs to match your focus. So if your element up here is yellow and your element down here is green, something's not right. So we're going to go 2.1. We're going to use this continuum of teaching practice with our coach. It looks like this. We're going to use this continuum with our coach. And here's 2.1 here. So we're going to work across this rubric to self-assess. So we'll start at emerging, models and communicates expectations. Oh, yes, I do that. And so we look at exploring because we've met emerging. And then this one adds, seeks to understand cultural perceptions of a caring community. If we're not quite there yet, we're going to stop here, and that's going to leave us as exploring. So we're going to go back to our ILP, and we just put an X here in exploring. Now, we have integrating and innovating blocked out because, well, for a couple of reasons. There are many teachers that have been in the classroom for many years that do not reach the integrating and innovating standards or level on some standards, and that is okay. Second, you're new, so you probably won't either. However, that being said, if you truly are integrating or innovating in that particular standard, then pick another standard that you are not integrating or innovating at. So from here, we're going to put evidence that will justify our rating. So you can put like communication log, 2 families in place. You could say strong procedures, whatever your evidence may be to put you where you put you. Next, we've got this action plan. This is where you and your coach are going to determine how we're going to measure or what plan we're going to implement for your goal. So one of your plans might be to observe peer teacher for classroom management techniques. So this is an action item. This is actually professional learning. So you're going to click the box and you're going to observe for 1 hour. And then we're going to go down and you are going to say part of your action plan is to rearrange classroom furniture. This is not professional learning, although it is part of your action plan. So this one you leave unchecked, no hours. You do that through, you just work out a plan with your coach. So that's number 6. You can add more rows to here by inserting row below if you need to. And then finally, what specific data are we going to collect? So we had the general data, but what specific data? You can say classroom referrals. Oh, help if I connect. Referrals from September to November. You can say, I'm going to collect coach, observe for biases. Any data that you're going to collect will go there. And that is the end of the green section. So again, the green section really is thinking and planning some sort of action research to improve an area of your teaching that you need to maybe improve on. So again, that's it for the ILP Green Section tutorial. You have a great day, change lives, choose joy. I will see you next time.